That's right, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Oh, hi. Sorry. Welcome. It's me, Nassya. First of all, I want to apologize for the delay in releasing this episode. I know we were supposed to talk about conspiracies today, but honestly, with the election taking over the country, I think the conspiracies will have to wait another week. And please don't think that there's a conspiracy against talking about conspiracies, because we've delayed twice now. Or is there? You know what, for the longest time, even though it feels exciting to finally know who the winner is, it felt like there were no winners and losers because Joe Biden did not have a blowout win. In fact, 5 million more Americans voted for Donald Trump this time around than 4 years ago after everything that has happened. And so today I want to talk to you about winners and losers. Donald Trump, to his credit and to our detriment, has changed the discourse of this country and of politics probably forever. Remember the good old days when the difference between Democrats and Republicans frequently came down to whether they believed in small government versus big government and whether they felt they had a lot to lose on taxes? Well, I'm sorry, you don't get to do that anymore. Because honestly, the economy isn't actually better after 4 years of Republican government, and the unemployment is soaring, in part because this administration is so incompetent that they botched the biggest health crisis the world has seen in a while. And if you're saying that you are for fiscal responsibility but are okay with a president who pays $750 in taxes and owes over $400 million to unknown parties, and has declared multiple bankruptcy, well, honestly, you're a hypocrite. And because we went from Ronald Reagan and George Bush the Senior urging for compassion for the children of undocumented immigrants to a president who is not only okay with children in cages, but his administration doesn't even care that there are over 500 children who cannot even be reunited with their parents because they cannot find the parents. And I understand why people voted for Trump in 2016. And I understand all those who believe that he'd rise to the occasion and become presidential once he was elected. But honestly, presidential has become an outdated term. And I've seen online posts that claim that Donald Trump has helped Black people more than anyone, that he did more than any president that he held of China. But honestly, this is some magical thinking. Just because I say I'm dating Chris Evans and he's about to propose with all the Avengers in attendance doesn't make it so. I mean, they're probably busy after Scarlett Johansson's wedding anyway, and I should wait a little bit. But anyway, 4 years later, Trump has been the most undisciplined, vulgar, lazy president in modern history, and he still received 5 million more votes than he did in 2016. Think about it. And he actually learned that he lost while he was golfing, which is very indicative of his entire presidency. But of course, this election wasn't only about who becomes the next president. There were a lot of down-ballot decisions that were really important, and honestly, some of the winners are real losers too. There is an actual Hitler fan and a possible model for the Hitler Youth Ken doll, Cawthorn, who's just become the congressman for North Carolina and graciously accepted with "Cry more, Lib" tweet. Fun fact, he's now the youngest congressman elected, and if you wonder if the kids are alright, well, they clearly aren't. In fact, he is not even the only one. Not to be outdone, Kansas decided to elect their own wunderkind and a huge supporter of revenge porn. But not all news are bad. In fact, there are now 6 Native Americans and Native Hawaiians who have just been elected to Congress, and I'm sure the MAGA crowd is not gonna like it when they decide to make America great again, the way it was pre-Columbus. Before the elections, there was a lot of concern about riots happening, but actually once the news of Joe Biden's victory came to be, The cities erupted in celebrations, of course, except for the All Lives Matter crowd who think that America has become too soft. And now they get all emotional because they don't actually believe that all votes matter. And there's some talk about organizing armed militias to get to the bottom of how counting works, because apparently Donald Trump and some of his supporters don't understand that the more ballots you count, you might not hold on to the lead you had originally. But of course, while Americans are celebrating, we haven't received an actual concession speech from Donald Trump. Historically, the losing candidate has always delivered a classy, if not always genuine, promise to respect the will of the people, throwing in a prayer for the healing of all Americans, and promise to work towards the benefit of all the American people. Of course, Donald Trump can be described as many things, but classy is not really his forte. He never even really promised to be the president of all Americans. Why would he care about all Americans now? Also, smooth transitions of power is not something his closest political friends are known for. So he has no precedent without looking back in history. But also, you can't blame the president. He has a lot of worry about, besides writing some speech. He'll need to jumpstart a media empire to pay off his $500 million debt. He'll need to dodge any further investigations into his taxes. And he'll need to remember not to feel like a loser. Because remember, Donald Trump doesn't like losers, even though he's definitely one. So rejoice. The Republic gets to live another day. But don't forget that the adventures will probably not be over until January, when hopefully the inauguration can happen without any glitch. But no matter what, don't despair and keep your chin up. I'll see you next week. Bye.